Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Quaint. You know bits, you also know qubits. Bits are used in classical computing and qubits are used in quantum computing, and in our today's discussion we are talking about qudits. Okay, so qudits, these are also used in quantum computing. Okay, these are also used in quantum computing, but only bits, those are used in classical computing. You know bits, that means the two states are there, 0 or 1. 0 or 1 in case of bits. In case of qubits, Ket 0 and Ket 1. These are the two basis states, Ket 0 and Ket 1. And they exist in a combination that can be defined this way: alpha Ket 0 plus beta Ket 1. But if you talk about qudits, not qubits, okay, qudits, then it has multiple levels denoted by d, where d can be 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, any number. There is no actually limitation. D can have any value, 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, 200, 1000, any number. Okay, so here how you will represent the state. Similar thing, you have to add one by one. You have to add one by one. Just for example, in a 4-level system, Qudit with a 4-level system, okay, in that case you need to represent the same thing as alpha, okay, alpha Ket 0 plus beta Ket 1 plus gamma Ket 2 plus delta Ket 3, this way, because here the digits are not limited to 0 and 1. Since we are talking about 4-level system, so 2 more numbers we need to use. Those are 2 and 3. 0 and 1 was there. You have to now add 2 and 3. So the combination, this alpha 1, alpha Ket 1, okay, sorry, alpha Ket 0 plus beta Ket 1 plus gamma Ket 2 plus delta Ket 3. This is what? This is the state. This represents the state. Anyway, so actually our topic of discussion is not to go into the details of these qudits. Here we are talking about, actually in our today's video we are talking about visualization techniques. And so many techniques are there, visualization techniques. Visualization is a requirement. You know, if you are a student of science, okay, then you know that visualization is the requirement for many things. For to get a better feeling about something. Say, for example, we use graph. So, what is the use of graph? That is known to you. Though numerical data are available, still we use graphs, because graphs give us an interpretation about the same thing in a very short time, right? That's why graphs are normally used. That is known to you. Though numerical data, those things are available. Anyway, so here also in our today's video we are talking about that representation technique. So many techniques are available already. Okay, like 4D Bloch hyperspheres, then geometric phase diagrams. So many techniques are available, but we are talking about a particular technique here in this video that is known as infinite spectrum. So why this becomes a problem in case of Qudit? Why we are going to make such a video here? Because you know that qubits, those are actually, those can be drawn or those can be represented using Bloch spheres. One block means one beautiful spherical pattern, okay, that can be used for qubits to analyze qubits. Bloch spheres can easily be used. But qudits, for the representation of qudits, Bloch spheres cannot be used at all, because it involves multiple dimensions and there is no limit about the number of dimensions. So Bloch spheres cannot be used in case of Qudits. For qubits, it is okay. You know the difficulty of drawing fourth dimension on a sheet of paper. On a sheet of paper, we can draw up to 3 dimensions. We can draw 0 dimension by just using a point. By using line, we can draw 2 dimensions. We can also draw 3 dimensions on a sheet of paper. Actually, we have idea. We get the idea clearly just by looking at 2D screens, whether it is a computer's monitor or laptops or your smartphone or any piece of paper. Everywhere, these all are actually 2-dimensional, but we get the idea of 3 dimensions just by using those 2 dimensions. That way actually drawings are made, or that way videos are recorded or pictures are taken. Anyway, so you have the complete idea about all those things. But here and now, you know, according to Einstein's theory, space-time is 4-dimensional, but on a sheet of paper you cannot draw that 4 dimensions. You cannot draw 4 dimensions on a sheet of paper, because here the number of dimensions exceeds by 1. Up to 3, this is okay, perfectly okay. But whenever the number of dimensions exceeds 3, in that case you cannot do anything just by using a sheet of paper or any monitor, means any flat screen or any 2D screen. So something else is the requirement. So many techniques are available. I mentioned a few, and in our today's video we are talking about only one, that is an infinite spectrum. So the word infinite is there, spectrum is there. Infinite means number is not limited, that's why this is infinite. So what is actually used here? Used here is light, then band, then brightness of the band. Okay, so here light represents what? Light represents state, quantum state of the qubit. Okay, actually the brightness of the light band, that represents the what? That represents the amplitude of finding that particle, in particular that state. Not only amplitude, probability of finding that probability of finding that particle in that particular state. That is known from what? That is known from that brightness of the color band. This concept is used in infinite spectrum. Okay, color is there, color band is there, brightness is there. And brightness, that represents what? Amplitude. Amplitude of what? Amplitude of probability of finding the particle in that state. Okay, so this is the idea about what? About that infinite spectrum. Now one more thing I need to discuss here, that is, we are talking about what? Qudits. These are not only theoretical. Researchers are already trying to implement all these things. Qudits, the concept of qudits in quantum computers. And just after 1 year, you will see the hybrid systems, where hybrid computing systems or hybrid quantum computers, where researchers will use, means actually they are predicting, they will use what? Qubits as well as qudits. That's why they are actually saying that those are hybrid architectures. Hybrid, because qubits as well as qudits they are going to use in their new systems. Those things are known as, right now known as post-2026 systems, where you will see the use of both the things, qubits as well as qudits. Okay, so qudits are not theoretical. Actually, we have physical systems. We have already physical systems which exhibit, better to say, which produce naturally multiple levels, like photons with angular quantum, photons with angular momentum. Okay, photons with, better to say photons with orbital angular momentum, then quantum dots. Okay, quantum dots, that is there, then superconducting circuits that can produce multiple states, then trapped ions with many spin states. These are what? These are actually physical systems, existing physical systems, which actually produce multiple levels. Okay, that means qubits are existing. But why so far scientists were not using qubits for the purpose of computation? Because using multi-level systems or qubits, better to say here qubits, more specifically, better to say qubits. Using qubits for the purpose of computation is actually hard. But right now, technology is catching up. So scientists are trying to use qubits. So what is the benefit of using qubits? Why scientists are excited about qubits? Because qubits can store more information in a very short space. More information. If number of states are more, for a particle, just consider a qubit, a one particle you just consider, if number of states involved is more, then what is the meaning of that? That meaning is that you can store more information in that particular state, more information. And actually it reduces noise and error correction. Okay, and new quantum algorithms could be developed which are actually useful for certain problems in chemistry, artificial intelligence, okay, exist. Then cryptography exist, which are actually, which can easily be solved by the systems, quantum computing systems which use qubits. One more thing actually I have forgotten to mention here, that qubits, these are actually exist in Hilbert spaces, because we are talking about more than 3 dimensions. Okay, so requirement is what? In mathematics you can find that topic, Hilbert spaces. Okay, so whenever you study Qudit, you always see the use of this concept Hilbert spaces. Actually I have forgotten to tell that thing here in this video. So that concept is also used. Okay. Anyway, so what is the purpose of using this infinite spectrum here? Purpose is not just to draw the everything, means every details about the qubits, every details. You are trying to do something using that infinite spectrum, but not all the details are required. Requirements are what? Requirements are patterns, symmetry, interference, these are patterns. Just to get an idea about the Qudit states, these are the requirement. Okay, means all the details you won't find even in what? Even in infinite spectrum. That way of representation. Okay, that way of representation won't give you all the details. But whatever our requirement, we are getting all those things from that infinite spectrum. That's why this is very important. We need to know patterns, we need to know symmetry, we need to know interference. We should have idea about all those things. Okay, anyway, this was all about today's topic, and this is the end of this video. If you found this video interesting, so please like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is the end. Thanks for watching.